We all have patterns in life, things we repeat over and over, some good, but some not so good. Have you ever looked back and realized you've been stuck in the same cycle for years? Hey, if you're in your late 20s or early 30s, I want to talk to you for a minute. Because if you're anything like me, or really like most of us, you've probably had that sinking feeling that time is slipping away. The feeling that maybe you're not where you thought you would be by now. You start wondering, am I too late? Did I miss the window? This video is for the people who feel like they're running out of time in life. I haven't been actively journaling, but I used to keep notes every year, writing down majorly my goals, my hopes, my dreams, and sometimes the frustrations. And year after year, I'll flip through them, and a pattern emerged. Every entry started to sound the same. I would talk about the things I wanted to do, but somehow each year slipped by without much progress. It's like life was happening to me and I was not in control. But here's the thing, life doesn't wait for us to figure it out. It keeps moving. And that feeling of running out of time, let me break something to you. It's not the time that is running out. Time is just passing. It's us. We are the ones who run out of our energy, of time, of courage, of belief in ourselves. The pressure we feel is real, but it doesn't mean it's too late. That's just fear talking. We start to compare ourselves to others, to people who seem to have it all figured out by 25, 30, 35, 40. But here's what I've learned. Everyone has their own timeline. Your journey isn't supposed to look like anyone else's. The next lesson is success isn't linear, it is messy. We think success is supposed to happen in a straight line. We've been told often, get a degree, get a job, get married, have kids, and your life is sorted. And you live happily ever after. But real life is far from that neat. Success does not look like a straight road. It's messy, filled with detours, U-turns, and sometimes dead ends. In my early 20s, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted. I had all these dreams and plans, and along the way, life happened. I started doubting myself, especially during COVID, comparing myself to others who seemed to be ahead. But I didn't realize that everyone's path has their own twists and turns, no matter how perfect it looks from the outside. So, here's your takeaway. Success comes to those who stay in the game. You don't have to be the fastest, the youngest, or the one with most polished plan. You just have to stay in it with your consistent action. This brings to our next lesson, which is let go of the timeline. One of the biggest traps is thinking there's some kind of deadlines of your dream. We look around and it seems like everyone's hitting these milestones at certain ages, and we start to panic if we are not in sync with that. But the truth is, there's no right age to figure things out. Look at people who have achieved great things later in their life. They didn't follow a typical timeline, so you do not have to. And neither do you have to. When you let go of that artificial timeline, you give yourself the freedom to grow at your own pace. Whether you're 29 or 49, you still have time to do the things that truly matter to you. We live in a world that celebrates speed. How fast you can accomplish something, how quickly you can get results. But the reality is, what's the point of rushing through life if you're not living it? The most meaningful things in life, they take time. Relationships, passions, personal growth. These things, they don't happen overnight. They take patience and consistent effort. So instead of focusing on how fast you can check off those things on your list, start thinking how deeply you can experience the things that matter. If you're feeling like time's running out, you might also be feeling that you're behind, that you don't have what you need to get started. But let me tell you something. You already have everything you need right now to take the next step. You don't need the perfect plan, perfect timing, or the perfect circumstances. You just need to start. Small actions compound over time. The hardest part is taking the first step, but once you do, momentum builds and doors and windows start to open that you didn't even know were there. Now, this might sound counterintuitive to some, but that fear you feel, that anxiety that you're running out of time in life, it's actually a gift. It's a reminder that you care. It's a sign that you have something inside of you that wants to be expressed, something that matters enough to push you out of your comfort zone. Use that fear as a fuel, not as something that paralyzes you. Because the truth is, the only time we really run out of time is when we stop trying. As long as you're still moving, still dreaming, still trying, still striving, you've still got the time. So if you're sitting there feeling like time's slipping away, remember this. Life isn't about racing against the clock. It's about using the time you have, however much that is, to create something meaningful for yourself. Stop worrying whether you are too late, too old. Start focusing on what you can do right now, today, with the time that you still have ahead of you. Because in the end, it's not about how quickly you get there. It's about what you do along the way. Remember, it's never too late to start, and it is never too late to grow.